This is a classic blues and R&B podcast. Welcome, Mr. Carl. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, Brother Cheatham, it's my pleasure.
So how have you been doing? Tell the folks a little bit about you.
I was born in Mississippi like most blues men. Yeah. Lived until I was about 13, and my parents moved to East Chicago, Indiana. And that's where I lived. I lived, that's in the Chicago area, so I lived here till 2015. And I kind of walked off into the sunset down in Texas.
Down in Texas. What part of Texas?
Also,
So how long were you down there in Texas and performing? Were you performing down there or what?
I lived down there.
So now don't be afraid to talk to me now. Tell the folks about you there so they can know who you are.
Well, a lot of people in Chicago, a lot of people will know who I am. At least I hope so. I was here a long time playing the blues. All over town, west, south, north side. I was all.
And you're still in. She'll be back in Chicago. When did you come back to Chicago?
I'm here. We're releasing a CD called WEATHERSBY Live at Rosa's. It's a CD release party. I'll be playing at Rosa's over on Armitage Avenue Friday and Saturday night. So that brought me back here.
That's just coming up Saturday night.
Yes. This is August 31st. August 30th. And the 30th and the 31st, I'll be over at Rosa.
And what is the title of your CD?
All WEATHERSBY Live at Rosa.
And when did you record that? You recorded that this year or when?
We recorded it last year, a little bit before Thanksgiving. Recorded it, and we had to, go home and mix it, kind of master it, all that stuff. It took a while.
Mm-hmm.
But, it was better for us just to go slow and try to do it as best we could rather than hurry. Put something out that wasn't any good,
How many tracks you got on it?
About 10, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
who are some of the guys on that? Who's some of the guys that worked with you on that CD?
A guy that played with me for like 18 years. His name is Corey Dennison. Bass player named Aaron Whittier. He's from Rockford. And a drummer, Jay Davenport, who I've known since the 1980s.
Mm-hmm.
Local guys from here in Chicago. There's something about the guys that play in Chicago, that play blues in Chicago. You can't get it nowhere else in this country.
Do you have a band that travels with you regularly, or do you pick up guys along the road, or you just have one or two and then you pick up a couple as the normal process?
Well, when I come to Chicago, I would rather use the guys in Chicago because I played with a lot of them years, So I have guys that are here that I'll play with. Depends on where else I'm going. In Texas, I got some guys that I use regularly. But with the way things are today, people want me to come and just play no band. Well, I'll play with a band that they have there. So, that's what I end up doing a lot of times.
Yeah. Yes, it is a shame how, and I'm going to call it like it is, a few hustlers have taken the whole entertainment industry and really making a joke out of it. They don't want to pay people to do an honest day's work, and it's difficult. Musicians, artists deserve to get paid too, But some of these guys don't seem to want to do that. They say, okay, I bring you down for $500. Well, wait a minute. You could have given me another maybe $1,500. Could have brought the whole band down and we could have done our thing,
Yeah, well, depends on the certain areas you go to. But a lot of these guys play for less than their worth.
Mm-hmm.
And if enough of them do that, it kind of messes up for the other people, you know. I guess if you're timid, man, this ain't the business to be in.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a timid guy,
mm-hmm.
you got to stand up and fight and buck for something, you know.
Right.
At least that's the way I see it. I look at the blues men that have passed before me, and I guess I'm more like Howlin' Wolf, Albert King, than I am B.B. King. You know, I will stop and wrestle with you. What do you mean? You know, as opposed to some of these blues guys, well, man, you know, I don't want to upset nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna upset them if they trying to upset me. And I can't walk around carrying that stuff. I had one stroke fooling with them, so I ain't gonna have no more.
I got you. That's right.
Doctor told me if the cat black, call it black.
That's true. That's the way it has to be. You know, you have to let people know, you know, what you're worth. I'm worth $1,500 an hour. Now, you can tell me I'm not going to pay you that. Okay. Let's see if we can negotiate to get to a closer deal where I can get at least 12. You know, I can live with that, but 15 is my normal rate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Man, it's like trying to pull the feathers off a duck to get money out of some of them, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like I said, Bro Cheatham, it goes back to the, you know, me and my guys, we used to talk, and we used to say some of these guys play for pictures of money. They don't want no money. They want pictures of money.
Mm-hmm.
And what they'll have, a guy told me one time he had 2 club owners fighting over it. And he was playing for one, and the other one wanted him to play, and he told, well, I can't do it for no less than $700. I looked at that guy and said, yeah, you told him that. So I'm pretty sure they gave you 7 when they would have gave you 14.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, right. You got to have a baseline. Once you got a base, you know, you go from there. You know, everybody has a base, you know, the bottom line, as we call it. You know, and you work from there, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a challenge to be out on the road playing in, you know, certain areas of the country. Believe it or not, there is no blues. There's not very much chance for blues. You know, people are playing other things or listening to other things.
Yeah.
I have what? I think I got 11 records out on my own.
Okay.
And I'm on close to 100 because I used to play with Billy Branch and Sons of Blues here in Chicago.
Okay.
So we did a lot of recording, and then, you know, people calling me want me to come play on their record. So I'm on a lot of recordings.
Okay.
And I was in Georgia, and the guy told me, well, it wasn't the guy, the girl, told me that I'd have to audition to play in her club.
Hmm.
And this club was so small, man. You know, back in the day when they had that tough guy contest on Channel 7, they used to throw small people.
Yeah.
This club was, you know, was a small club. I could have threw a small man across that club.
Hmm.
And she told me, I got to take an interview.
Which is totally insulting to guys like you. You know, you're not the only one being insulted, but some of these guys, they accept being insulted and nothing else. You know, they don't try to do anything about it. But, you know, you can only insult me once, bro, Carl. And after that, you know, you ain't going to get that second chance, you know.
That's kind of how I played it. I just said, well, okay, that's good.
Mm.
And I got my cousin that we left the club. Cousin was upset. He worked for the Treasury Department. He was cop. He was ready to fight. And they don't know.
Right. Yeah, because people will test you, and they will test you and see what you will accept and what you will not accept.
Well, it's a lot of things. I think I've worked at this long enough. Some of that stuff they can miss me with.
I got you. Mm-hmm. So now you're stationed in Texas now, or you stationed in Illinois, in the Chicago area?
No. I live in Texas. I've been down there going on 4 years. And
so you're just here for this release party, huh?
Yeah. I'm a little too old for these winters up here.
Oh, don't be like that. Now, you make me feel bad. Every time I talk to one of my homeboys, they tell me they going back home and all that stuff, but they going back home. Well, hell, I love home too. Nobody loves it better than I, but I just didn't take the time to get up out of here, so that's why I'm still here.
Oh, Henry, I have injuries from when I was in the service, and I have a hard time walking. So
okay.
I don't need to be on that ice trying to slide.
I got that.
And I need it, I just need to be where I can maneuver in that heat is better for me.
I got you.
Pretty dry down
there. Yeah. You can call the drive you want to. It's hot as hell down there. And I love it myself, bro, Carl. I love hot weather. Don't ask me why. Well, I just didn't do it. Just didn't pick up and go, man. And I'm still here. I think about it quite often, really. So you haven't given up on.
Chicago is ain't nothing like Chicago, and I miss a lot of things about Chicago. I mean, a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't slide around on that ice, man. I can't hardly walk on dry pavement.
Let alone dry ice, wet ice or dry ice.
Yeah.
Now, what branch of the service were you in and when?
Army.
Okay. What period? Okay.
Vietnam.
Oh, okay. So did you go to Viet? Did you serve time there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm a veteran myself. I didn't go to Vietnam. I went to Germany though.
Oh, well, I don't know. You must have knew somebody.
No. Yeah. Yes.
It's the waiters and the brothers of Vietnam.
Yeah, a lot of guys did go there, but no, I went to Germany. Thank God I did that. I, respect my brothers who did go to Vietnam, but I look at it and you see what the purpose of it was for, and then you say, oh, okay, it was a waste of lives,
Yeah. Looking at it now, I wish I took the route that Muhammad Ali took.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys do.
I ain't going.
Yeah. Because once you become aware of what the hell is going. Look at right now we doing business. All the companies coming out of China going to Vietnam, and many of them, not all. We got a lot of business going on there.
Yeah.
That was the whole purpose anyway, to set up and control the market, that and all that stuff. Yeah.
I know a guy that was doing business in China, and he moved his company to Vietnam. Told me that you should go over there, man. I seen all I want to see of that place, bro.
Yeah, well, guys are going back.
Man, it's nice. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I see a lot of Vietnam vets are returning there, just to go back, and they go back, and I was looking at one by Rocky Breyer. Breyer. What the hell is Rocky Breyer? What the hell is his name? The Pittsburgh Steelers player.
Play with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he was. I just saw a picture of him the other day. He had gone to Vietnam, and he was crying, because he did get injury and all that stuff there. So just a lot of memories about back, that
Yeah.
wasn't.
Well, I tell you, man, I tried my best to forget that.
Yeah.
I haven't really totally forgot it.
No, you ain't gonna forget it.
Don't want to go back over that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I told my friend John, man, they was giving away 100 pounds of $100 bills. I ain't going back over
That,
there.
you say you got how many CDs you have out? I know you played on much music because I've read your name on some of the liner notes. How many CDs have you got?
I think I got 11 under my name.
Okay, and this is the latest one, Live at Roses, huh?
I have stood next to many a home light and steel saws out there. And I told you, I'm from a pulpwood logging area in Mississippi, so I'm used to the loud things.
Okay. Well, tell us more about yourself, though. You say you're from a small town in Mississippi. I think you told me Terry, Mississippi. You didn't say Terry. You said something. What's the name of the town you're from?
I'm Meadville.
Yeah.
I was born in Jackson. My mother told me it was on Terry Road. They called it White Alley at that time, but it's Terry Road now.
Yeah, it's been Terry Road a long time. That's all I remember it by. Terry Road is the only thing I ever remembered it be. But I know what you're saying, yeah.
And it was a while ago, and my parents moved out of Jackson down to back to where they came from, Franklin County.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there till about 13 years old now. They moved me up to East Chicago, Indiana. And, that's where I actually run into the concepts of bands and playing music, because there were so many bands around over there. And, you travel 8-9 miles and you'd be into Chicago from there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can start seeing bands over in Chicago and bands in Indiana, and I just start trying my hand at playing,
Now, is the guitar the only thing you play, or what?
No, I played trumpet in school and drums. And then I told my father I wanted to play the guitar. And he looked at me and said, "Okay, drums go back, and we're gonna get you a guitar with whatever they trade us for the drums. But this will be the last musical instrument I buy. You'll buy them yourself after this, bro." And we went from there.
But I guess your father was smart enough to say, well, the drums are a little louder than a guitar.
Acoustic guitar, but electric guitar amplified.
Yeah, that's true.
Drums completely out.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to play that guitar. I used to practice and play so much I'd go to sleep with that guitar laying on my stomach. And my mother used to have to cut power downstairs. She'd throw the circuit breaker and then throw it back.
Okay.
She said, "That's one. There wasn't going to be no more."
Yeah.
That means cut it off and go to sleep. I just cut the amp off and still sit there playing the guitar.
Yeah. How many brothers and sisters you have?
There's 5 of us. I got 3 brothers and 1 sister.
Any of them into music?
Not really. Not. But I got cousins that were really big into it. One of them sang lead on the record "It's a Shame" for the Spinners, G.C. Cameron.
Okay.
And I had another cousin that was from Chicago, Leonard Caston Jr. he was with the Radiants, and he moved over to Motown, and I guess he did some writing for many records also.
Mm-hmm.
So I had some of them that was really into music, and then, then there's me standing around playing the guitar.
Did you ever work in the mill, or you just came straight out and started playing music with the guys?
Worked in the mill till Ronald Reagan come along and busted all the unions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I worked in inland steel and Youngstown sheeting too.
Okay, yeah. That used to be the road that guys would do. They would have a job.
Yes, yeah, I worked Youngstown sheeting too, inland steel. Yeah, I did the rounds over there in Indiana. I worked in there until Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was the president in 1981. I went to work early in the morning, and the mill was full. It closed between 11 o'clock at night and 7 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I actually had to try to figure out what I could do to take care of my children.
Mm-hmm. How many children you have?
At that time, 2.
Mm-hmm.
One which was only a few months old.
Yeah.
And only thing legal I could do was actually play the guitar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of other options, but I wasn't down with that. With that.
Well, I'm glad you weren't. I'm glad you took I'm glad you took the right option, the one that your mother and father wanted you to take in your community.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I worked until Ronald Reagan and situations denied me a chance to work. And after that, man, I found out, okay, well, I can pick up $50 over here, $100 over here. And the guy that's actually playing for Buddy Guy right now, his name is Rick Hall. Rick Hall saw me playing in Gary one night. He told me, he said, man, you should go to Chicago. And I said, for what? He said, man, they play the blues 7 nights a week in Chicago, man. You can get with a band over there and play 7 nights. And, I've been over here to see the shows at the Burning Spear and over on the West Side Club Universe. I've been to see those shows. But I didn't know they had all these little side clubs like Artists and the Ravens Lounge and others. At Abe's Lounge up on 22nd Street. I didn't know they had all that. And I came to Chicago and in and out of these places playing, man. And I found out, man, Tyrone Davis and Little Milton, who I did know, he lived across the street from my great aunt. I was getting to hang out with these guys and getting encouraged by them, man. So, I kept pushing, man. And, I hope that, I would like to think that if they could see me today, they would be proud of what I'm doing, So they pushed me hard to not quit Albert King. You gotta play your box, man. Play your box.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Albert. They tell me Albert was a real man. Yeah, he took no junk.
Yeah, well, I worked for him a little bit, and my father and him were friends, so I met him and knew him. I actually knew him and not who he was as a persona playing records and stuff, Yeah. So he would come by and visit with my father. just Albert. There was no full name to it.
Mm-hmm. Did your father?
But
go on. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. My father.
Was your father a musician, or your mother, or anyone?
My mother used to sing in churches and stuff. My father was a drummer.
Okay.
And I guess by the time he had 5 kids, he was always in the mill working, mechanic out there. So he didn't play very much. So there was too many of us,
Mm. With your mouths open. With your mouths open and your wants.
Yeah, my father was a Mississippi man for real,
Mm.
He'd work all day and work all night. Then he come home and what y'all need, what y'all got, what you doing in school, what you need. We didn't need or want for anything.
That's a good thing. Do you got any grandkids?
Yeah, I got 2 grandchildren, and actually I have a great grandson.
I was going to ask you, were any of them interested in music?
My small son is pretty interested in it. He's 10 years old, and I'm not sure about my great grandson, but they tell me every time he hears music that he dances. So that's a start.
Yeah, at least he know what makes him move. Yes.
Yeah, they say in music you play, whatever it is, if it's music, he'll stop and he'll dance to it, bounce around. Well, he's a year and a half old.
Yeah, well, that's a good start. You got to start somewhere. You have to start early to get into a lot of this stuff. The earlier you start, the better you're going to be, and the more appreciation you'll have for stuff.
Yeah, my grandson, before they moved to Phoenix, and I was still here, I used to have him come up, and he would play the drums with my regular drummer on a couple of songs for me, just to get him where he wouldn't be afraid of an audience.
Right.
And now my son's teaching him how to play the guitar. My son can play the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
He just don't out there, and he live in Phoenix.
Yeah, where do you think blues is today? American music. That's what it is. American music. What do you think the position it is in today? What do you think is heading? Do you think it's heading in the right direction? What are your thoughts on today's blues?
Well, blues to me, the way it looks to me, that the more rock you play, the more they consider you blues. Blues, it has changed, at least for the mainstream. Now, people from Mississippi, you can't drip water on their head and tell them it's raining. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They understand the blues. They know it. Even you find teenagers down there now, they know it. But the rest of the country, the more rock you play, the more they think you're blues.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it. But that's the way of the world, I guess.
Yeah, well, you know what though, Brother Carl? I'm tell you something. Somewhere we can't let the way of the world make us accept some of the crap that they call, like you said, blues. Blues is blues. 145. That's blues. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, no, you're right. I don't accept it. I just say that's just the way it is. I play blues. They fool around with all that other stuff there, man. Look, bro, if you step this way and leave that right hand down, I'm gonna cave your jaw in. I'm slinging blues.
Yeah.
You better have both your dukes up.
Yeah. And I think, I was talking to a young man Saturday. Excuse me. I was speaking with a young man Saturday night. His name is Michael DeMonte. And this young man is a very good young musician. He plays several instruments. He plays with the original Chicago Blues All-Star, Jimmy Tillman and Freddie Dixon, who is the son of Willie Dixon. You know,
I know those guys.
you're right. So this young man is 26, and he's been playing with them a couple of years now. And he's a real guitar. He's a real great guitar. They were getting ready to perform, and so he had a guitar. And this young kid asked him, he said, "That's a real guitar?" So he said, "Yes." And he said, "You can play it?" He said, "Yes." And so he said he let the kid, hold the guitar, And then the kid, he had some drumsticks. He said, "Those are real drumsticks?" And Michael said, "Yeah, these are real drumsticks." So I asked Michael, I said, "Michael, what do you think the future is going to be for the?" He said, "Well, I think it's in good shape. I think that we're going to be all right." And when I see guys like Michael, and there's some other young, in that 25 to 30 age group, and I think that they are going to be. I think that those guys are the ones that's going to be the savior of it, or to let folks know this is where it's at. This is it. This is where it comes from. This is part of the culture of America. You can try to do whatever you want to, but all of that stuff you call rock and stuff, it comes from right here. We the one who got it to this point.
Well, see, American musical culture is the blues, where it came from.
Right on.
No doubt about it. That's the way it is. Everything that's been created in America is based off the blues. In Chicago got some musicians. People take them for granted here in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
They're here and it's all around.
Right.
But man, if you move away, you'll come to appreciate what they have in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And all of these little variations of blues, West Coast blues, Austin, Texas blues.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? It all comes from the Chicago blues. Come from Jimmy Rogers, that's his name. It comes from Buddy Guy,
mm-hmm.
Junior Wells, and James Cotton. All them guys going to these different places playing, and in turn creating a following for it. It's guys here in Chicago that can play it. It's just that it seems like all the radio stations and whatever is favoring more those rock guys.
Right. That's true. That's why I do this show that I do every Saturday night to do the best that I can to make sure that you guys are heard. I just got a couple of new CDs in today from Alligator. One is with what's his name, Toronzo Cannon, and I'm listening to that CD. I like it. It sounds good. I said, I think he got a pretty good CD on his hand. This may be his second or third CD. But I do like it, It sounds good. I say I definitely will be playing cuts off this doggone thing, just because it's a good, that's what he calls it, Chicago way, blues style,
Yeah, well, see, I know Brooke Cannon. Cannon's a nice guy, man. He's younger than me, and I remember back in the day, man, he was coming up,
mm-hmm.
and we hung out and I talked with him and different things, and he doing what he should do. He's one of the guys that when I say is gonna survive and still have that real feel, that Chicago feel. He's
mm-hmm.
one of the guys I'm talking about.
Right, I do really appreciate it. This CD, like it's a good one. Well, if you got
a new one coming. I think he got a new one coming besides the Chicago way.
No, this is it. This is the newest one. I'll tell you the name of it in a minute because I just picked it up from my mailbox.
The Preacher.
It's called Toronzo Cannon and the Chicago Way. The Preacher, the Politician, or the Pimp. That's a good song, too. That's a good song.
Yeah, that's the new one.
Yeah, this is the latest one I just got. I don't know who all the guys on here because I haven't taken the chance to read the credits on here, see who all working with him on this thing here.
Yeah, Lord Jean should be on there. Lord Jean Brusso.
Okay, Toronzo is on guitar and percussion, lead, and vocal. Roosevelt Purifour on
piano.
Yeah, and Marvin Little on bass. Melvin Pookie
Okay.
Sticks is on drums. Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Pookie.
and he
They
got,
call it Pookie.
yeah, he got Nora Jean on vocals. That's what I love about Shy. Billy Branch harmonical on Insurance Man, which is another good, that insurance thing. Joanna Connors on slide guitar. Lynn Jordan, Cedric Chaney, and Maria Luce Carball on vocals. Bruce Eagle, he's there as a doctor on the insurance. And the horns arranged by Joe Clark. Joe Clark on trumpet. Yeah, so you got a pretty good group of guys here. Chris Shutterfield and Mark Hebert, I think. Hieb. Herbert, I'm not sure how they pronounce that one. Yeah. So give me anything you want to close with. Got any more you want to say about this? Because Carl Weatherby is what we're talking about here, and that's the whole thing. How long Garland been with you?
I've been knowing Garland since probably 1985,
Mm-hmm.
and he went to school with a fellow that I went to school with, so we've been friends a while, and pretty helpful because he know his way in and out of these social media things and all that stuff. So that's my buddy.
Yeah. And he's, like I say, he's known me to get you. He said, "Hey, I said, I get him. Let me know. I'll do my best. And when he set this thing up, because he had told me to call you that night at 7. And like I said, I just ran right by that. I got tied up with something else. And when I did call you, like you said, you didn't recognize my number. So I got that. And that's one thing about companies. Companies ought to have sense enough to realize that, look here, ID yourself. Because people might answer you, with all these anonymous stuff unavailable. The hell with that crap.
Yeah. It's kind of, you hit that button, the answer button. There's no telling what you're gonna be talking to,
right,
or where they calling from.
Right, what kind of scam they got going, or they legitimate, Yeah.
I can't see it. It ain't real.
I got you. When you going back to Texas?
I'll be in Chicago. I go back to Texas next Saturday. My wife, she really miss Chicago. She enjoying being cool. So we're going to stay an extra week here.
Okay. So she's from Chicago, your wife?
Yeah. Yeah, she's born and raised here, so she enjoys seasons, and it ain't, it's summer, then it's fall in Texas. It never really go to wintertime.
Yeah. And I know how it is, and I miss it. I'm telling you. I tell folks, I said, when Labor Day comes around, you can forget about it. I said, Labor Day at home, we still got some more time to go.
Yeah. Well, while I'm here, though, I hope to get some Chicago barbecue. That's what I got. That's what I miss all the food here.
Yeah.
Just can't get it.
How was the barbecue? How's the barbecue down in Texas? They claim they got some good barbecue.
Well, I guess that's what you're raised on, but that ain't what I was raised on. I like the rib tips and the ribs, and I like sauce on mine,
Oh, yeah. I agree with you.
Like my man William Grant over there in Indiana said, boy, if you can't find it in Chicago, chances is you don't need it.
So leave it alone, huh? Because it might not be no good for you. Yeah.
And he wasn't joking either.
Yeah. Tell me this, how can people reach you? You got a Facebook, YouTube, or any of that stuff, channels?
Carl Weathersby fan club is Carl Weathersby Senior, since my son is Carl Weathersby also. So I got a fan page on YouTube, Facebook, and CarlWeathersby.org is my website. find out information on me and get in touch with me. Call WEATHERSBY-30
Okay.
website.
Okay. Well, you get a chance to see this. I'll put it up on my eventually on my YouTube channel, and you see it.
All right.
I know Carl.
WVON. I remember listening to that a long time ago, man.
Yeah.
Da 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 da.
Oh yeah. You can do it right now too. We on it. You can get us down there in Texas, through the internet. That's one good thing about the internet is, you can get a place wherever you are. Chances are get it, on the internet,
Okay. That well, it's been a while. LaDonna Taylor used to work there at BLUES.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, she does a television show now. She got a show on cable television now. She's cooking. What is it called? Cooking with LaDonna. Anyway, she does some cooking. She have different chefs and things on there, and she prepares stuff and all. But yeah, she got a show on television here in Chicago, and I'm pretty sure she probably has it up on the internet somewhere too.
I don't know how to try to find that. That's my old buddy, man. She used to come watch us play. Man, hey, man, that's Tittle in the middle.
Yeah. And she's still smiling. Last time I saw her, she was still smiling, Yeah.
All right, well, that's good.
Yeah. Brother Carl, I want to thank you very much for this opportunity. And anytime I get a chance to play it, I get music from you or Carl, from Floyd, or whomever, distributes your music, and I will be glad to play it, man.
When I go back, or when I get off the phone, I'll get in touch with Carl and make sure that we can get the stuff to you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed the interview. I'm glad to be able to talk to you, man, because this is history, and you want to make sure that the continuation of history is here. Whether it's distorted or not, they can always come and find the real thing somewhere.
Well, that's a good thing.
All right. You take good care of yourself. Anyway, you have a very good release party. I hope the CD will do well for you.
Well, thank you so much, Henry. I appreciate it, brother.
All right. You take good care of yourself. It's always good to talk to a Magnolia man, whether he or she want to be or not.
Yeah. Magnolia through and through.
Green and yellow. Green, yellow, and white.
Oh, yeah. Green, yellow, and white.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, you take good care. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Now, take good care of yourself. God bless you. Thanks for joining our podcast here on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to us at Henry CB. Follow us on Twitter at WVON Henry, and like our Facebook page at Classic Blues and R&B.